would be really nice to ensure that I have my microphone on. So let's do that. Haven't done a recap since 6-1. So we're going to do it now. Happy Sunday. Okay, let's see. 6-2. We're going to take a look at... We're just going to do the AM sessions. 6-2. Let's see, we're going to go straight to 9-15. Get a gander. Have a little gander at 6-2, 9-15. Let's see, we've got our gaps based on where we are. We've got a, I'd say, jagged up. I'd say jagged up, org up, everything up. Maybe come down, tap Tokyo somewhere around here and pop up for your Judas or continuation. Let's see. Let it play. Okay. Well, oh, this was a no gap day. I remember now. Because all week we've been crowding the gap. So we've had almost no gap all week. I remember now. Okay. I think I still set up. Oh, no. I think I remember now. Yeah, I played this by ear because we had no gap. Okay, it was going up, which seemed kind of Judasy to me. I think I played this slowly. Let's see. This is what, 929? This is 931. Oh, right, because there's literally no gap. So this was a down move. Couldn't make it to the first presented. I let this one go down, reject, come back up. This also couldn't make it up higher, so this is still going down. Yep, and then this just fell. And this was a good trade. Oh, it struggles around here. But if you're in this from... Honestly, you could probably be in this from as early as this candle. Maybe see a little bit of drawdown. Should still go down. It's to midnight maybe. But let's say you're in one of these wicks somewhere. Rejection of euro at the very latest. You're still up 50, 60 points. On a mini, that's not bad. If it starts to turn around. Oh, it doesn't turn around. Well, yeah, it does. This does turn around. This is clear turnaround. Rejection, turnaround. So you still made a decent profit if you were in with the rejection of this. Can't wait for it to print past. You just have to get in. On a mini, that's pretty decent. Judas swing. Probably take that off the rejection here. Clear interest in not going much lower. Long wick rejection. No interest in retracing. In that for another 60. Take that maybe up to here. Or past, depending on how you trail it. So you got your J here. You got your 1 there. First distribution. And if that keeps going, you're off to the races. But, yep, it's a little sweep, and then it comes back down. And then, actually what you should do here is put your little fib on. So I would start by doing something like this. See if that was of any use to me. And it wouldn't have been. So I would have kept that there. Realistically, you fib the first bar, boom. Rejection at the 50% area here. gives you a lot of confluence to come back down. I see, because if you had done that, you might have said, oh, maybe it's going to keep going up. But this not showing enough interest in going back up is all your reason to start taking it back down. So, boom, that's another confluence right there. Got your fib, boom, rejection at the 50. You're in right here. Realistically, is an ideal trade entry area here, 527. You can't squeeze. You can actually squeeze 100 points out of this with the rejection, but tricky. And honestly, I'd take a few less and get in for the turnaround. Now, where you really want your fib is here, because then you take it, drag it all the way up to here. You don't get quite down to 50%, but you still have the retracement, and you continue up. Maybe you can argue that you swept some volume, you did a little sweep there, and that's your 50% retracement. Boom, you're off. That works too, because this wick is lower than that one. It's a little sweep. I'll take it. 50% rejection, 2-bar reversal, done. That's a nice little trade right there. That's your nice little Judas swing, excuse me. Honestly, that's your 1. This is probably your 2 here. So I need to fix that for my indicator, because this... I'll have to fix that for my indicator. I have to figure out what that looks like. Let that play a little bit. It might even stop there, to be honest. It might not. It looks like it's trying. Yeah, it's going to keep going. It's starting to top, actually. I don't know. Nope, it's going to keep going. This is a beautiful day. If you stayed in this, you're golden. How do you follow that? Great question. Take this here. You just follow the fib. So, where's your next area? Here. Boom, 50% rejection. You're still in it. And it's your re-entry if you haven't even gotten in it yet. 50% rejection, you can scalp something out of that. Let's see here. 590. Even if you got in here, 597, boom. Out here, it's still a quick 50 points. 50 times 20. That gives you $1,000 right there. Boom, right there. That alone. But, that's a mini. That's the power of a mini, baby. Alright, so I think there were enough trades done for the second. Enough opportunities to win here. Let's move on to the 3rd. I think that was the Wednesday. Let's do Wednesday the 3rd. Let's jump to 9:15. Okay. Alright, so what do we say here? Based on where we are now, say jagged. We don't really have it. I guess maybe jagged down. We were straddling the gap again. Second straight day. Basically useless. It's really chopping on top of the settlement price with no interest in gapping. It was very disheartening. I think the gap grew a little. Nope, and we came right back to it. So then we had a 440 maybe? Less. We had a 20-point gap. So sad. But bigger than the previous day, I suppose, but whatever. Anyway, immediate gap rejection on a Wednesday. I didn't like that because I did want to see this. I did want to see this print inside, just for metrics purposes. We do have a bearish order block here. Only 1 minute though, so I'm not too concerned about it. It could, and it rejected, which is also good though. Rejection of these bearish PD arrays generally indicates that we're probably just going to fill this immediately. But second candle kept going. All the more reason why you're probably thinking still bullish. Having said that, we tapped all-time highs, so I'd see what happens next. Honestly, I don't remember if I traded this day. And when we turn around, we sweep, and we're coming right back down. I think I took a small loss on this day because I didn't see this properly. We swept all-time highs with an interest in falling. That's what the right answer was. Everything was saying down anyway. Jagged and ladder bias down. This would have been a great area to enter to the downside. Candle, everything just melts. 761. Oh wow, easy 120 points right there in 2 candles. Came down, reject. Honestly, you're done for the day at this point. If you got in properly here off this rejection, boom, 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 easy peasy. I think I tried too hard to take this to run off into all-time highs. That's where I messed up. But this everything was saying down anyway. It's a Wednesday, so middle of the pack. Then rejection, price action, comes back up. I think this was going to continue to fall because of these very strong breakaway gaps consecutively. And that's exactly what it did. So you had another opportunity for it to just melt. If we played this properly, we would have said, put on our fib. Where's our fib hiding? Oh, all the way over here. All right, let's bring you back. Where's our little area thingy? Come to Papa. All right, well, let's make a new one. So let's say we said we were here to there. That doesn't do anything for us. Oh, I see. Because we could argue that since we're here and we're not rejecting the 50%, we're closing past it and looking to continue down. All the more reason why we're now bearish. So, like I said, this gives us further confluence. If you wanted to try to preempt this trade to the upside, you have to give yourself a very tiny stop loss and then get ready to switch things around. So, not to mention, there's way too many confluences for the downside here. Jagged bias down, ladder down, sweep of all-time highs, plus your fib is screaming in your direction. Now, let's say you take this, you fib it from here to there, come back, touch the 50%, perfect. What time is this candle? 9:39, lovely. So as you got yourself your little Judas swing, got your first distribution, second distribution right there, boom. Retracement, second distribution. Honestly, if you took this trade from here, 788, maybe even here, if you give yourself 764, golly, up over 200 points easily. Okay. And who knows, maybe just put it somewhere around bottom of here, put your stop in profit, and then you go on and live your life. Who cares what happens for the rest of the day? You're walking away minimum rich. Moving on to the next day. What day was that? 6/3. 6/4. Thursday. I remember Thursday being beautiful. I don't remember why. Let's take a look-see. I don't remember if we had a gap rejection on Thursday. Oh, I remember why Thursday looked beautiful, because of Thursday evening. What was Thursday morning looking like? Alright, Thursday morning. What do we have? Jagged bias. Oh, we just fell. Well, that's too bad. Well, things happen. So we bounced off a previous week's 50 on Thursday, so I would say we have maybe a jagged bias down from where we are now. We've got a ladder. I'm going to say down. We've got a ladder up. We've got a ladder way up. We had a massive gap on Thursday. But I don't remember. Let's see. Didn't do much. Oh, we had this. I remember why. I said up. Because we had this massive 15-minute order block. We had a 1-minute order block here. And then we had a 5-minute order block here. And I said, I don't think we're going to break through. I don't think we're not going to. I don't think we will invalidate both of them. Oh, yeah, and then oh no, that's previous week's 50 for the sweep. Okay, so I said, let's see what happens when we come down here. We had this on top of a prior optimal trade entry, as well as on top of a fair value gap. So all the more, there's plenty of reasons for this to go up if it comes down here. So I said we expect a drop and a pop. I think I did get that on stream, but I don't remember if I had my sound on. Whatever. Thursday was interesting. So Thursday, we have 9:30. Not 9:30 yet, so we're already coming down. Boom. Boom. Exactly like I called it. A drop and a pop. Wick all the way down through here. And I think I got in. I remember exactly why I didn't take this trade. I messed it up. Because I was waiting for more. I think I was waiting for more liquidity to be swept. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. Enough liquidity swept. I don't know what I did wrong here. I don't remember if I even did something wrong. I think I might have done this well. I think this was the day I did well, actually. Anyway, whatever. You fib this here. And then after you fib this, boom, you reject the 786, which is a new OTE. Plus, you have the order block is still going strong. Print inside of the gap. I think I got it. That's what I remember. I did take this trade. Like I said, drop and pop. Small drop and pop. No, not too small. This was actually a decent trade if you were in before 9:30. Like if you took this, it's 320 down to, that's like 100+ points to take that. Boom, drop, and then we pop. So this was bounce off the OTE 786, 7 point whatever, 0.75, whatever you call it. I think I put my, for consistency, I set mine to stop somewhere. Oh no, yeah, I set mine to stop because I didn't want to make too much to break my consistency. I think I took this and I got out like here, something like this, which was still fine for me because yeah, I was up like 120 points, and I said that's enough. And I think it fell after this, honestly. Yeah, because this rejected the 25%. Yeah, this was mightily rejecting 25%. I think this also ran the liquidity and swept it mightily. Like, yeah, see, it swept this liquidity up here since it was done with that. This was your external buy side. This was your minor buy side and your primary buy side. Liquidity swept, and then reswept, and then you melted. And that was a great trade here, but I would have been done for the day, honestly. Yeah, because I took the Judas swing. The reality is, you take this, re-Judas, and then I think he called this, what does he call this? He calls this the Venom model. I think he calls this the Venom model. I don't know enough about it yet, but yeah, this was a nice chunk of points right here if you took this off the sweep and then the re-sweep of that level. I guess you get in maybe here, put your stop up there. That's massive, but it's not that. It's 330 points. It's not horrible. Anyway, you take that down here, you're still good. Anyway, we're fibbing this, so I took that up there. If you take this from there to, let's say, there, I honestly would have thought this was still bullish. Yeah. And then by the time it comes down here, you know that's maybe probably trying to turn around, especially you reject on that side. You close past 50% plus you reject. That's gives you all signs you need to know that you're going the opposite direction. You definitely should have been out by then. But I think I would have taken the profit sign needed all the way up here. Now, with that in mind, this 2-bar reversal is very concerning. If I were in up here, I would need to see that. I need to see that maybe come up here and then probably fall. So that's your re-entry there. Boom, 50%. Do you reject? Yes, you do. But you can't continue. You reject, and then you reject again. but you don't print past the first presented fair value gap, which is a wick override. And then what happens? You continue to fall. You continue to fall, maybe? No. Nope, you come back and you still can't print past it, and then you continue to fall. Oh, there were definitely opportunities here. Oh, yes, this was your opportunity. This wick override is so beautiful. You don't print past the first present. You make a little mohawk, as he would say, which is permissible. But yeah, you don't print past it outside of this right here, little mohawk, and you fall. So 50% rejection, 50% rejection. The scary part about this is your wicks. These wicks would really do some damage to you, and you'd see some potential drawdown. But you have opportunity here. If you didn't get in here for the short, definitely opportunities here and here for the short. And man, it falls really nicely. You could even get in here and then scale back in over here if you wanted to, but I probably don't have the cojones to do that, because maybe I'd scale in here. Maybe. Even then I wouldn't feel too comfortable about it. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, see? No, and then it just comes right back. And then it comes back again and rejects. Interesting. Oh, okay, but then it's off. So yeah, this wouldn't be a day to play and I'd put your stop and profit. This would be a day to take it and run, because it's just large chopping mostly. It's distributing, but it's not distributing well. Maybe if you had your stop here, maybe if you got in early enough, it would have been sufficient, but if you get in late, I wouldn't like it at all, especially considering you printed past this first presented for value gap. Now you're looking to print inside. It's clearly reversing, and I don't like that at all. It might even come up here for a resweep of your area. No, that's not for me. But we're done for the day at this point anyway, right? Absolutely, we're done for the day at this point. Okay, so then we move on to Friday. And Friday, I don't even know if I can show Friday, because there's nothing to recap Friday. We just fell all day, all night. What? You know how to finish that. Okay. So, Friday. Let's do a little recap of our... the one thing I will say is I did catch the small pop and drop. But before I do that, actually, you know what? I should review Thursday evening, just because there was something there that I saw that was really, really interesting to me. So I'll do that, because it's I know it's always connected, but in this particular case it's connected because not only did it fall, I think it basically fell for every session. I didn't check Euro because I don't care at this point yet, but in reality it just fell. So what does that mean? We were looking at 6 p.m. and I got in. Where did I get in? I think I took the long at 6 because it opened and then it fell. And I saw that it was coming back up, so I took the long. But I didn't have the breakaway gap handy. I don't know why I forgot to turn it back on. If I had realized that this was on, this would have been a prime area to take that rejection. And that's why I didn't take it. I took the open, but I said we're done here. I did get out. I got out because it swept this area, and this was my sweeping area. And I said we're probably ready to go to the downside now, but I didn't take it. And I wish I had. This would have been a beautiful trade to continue, because this was an absolutely beautiful rejection of the breakaway gap. and we couldn't even make it to the Tokyo first presented. I'd love to see it at least come down. See, it couldn't even make it back up to the stop loss either. I'd like to see it at least come down here, see what happens. And exactly what you do, and then you hold on to it, see what happens. Create your first presented fair value gap, and then you just fall for the rest. Come back. Oh, that's what was the other thing. You come back, you reject the consequent encroachment of the first presented fair value gap. You struggle over here a little bit, but you can't even print inside the first presented fair value gap. And then you just keep falling. This was a beautiful trade. If I hadn't been drinking so much, I think, no, I remember why. I did take this, but I kept getting out because I wanted to stop in profit. I needed to just take this and leave it. That's what I should have done. Take it, put my stop where it belongs, and leave it there. That was the right answer. See? Because you couldn't even make it back to the first presented, which means you're extremely bearish, and look how you just fall. And they just fell for the rest of the night. Now, going back to Friday morning, what did we see? $9.15 select. All right. All right. So you'd fallen basically all night. Do we? I remember at this point. Where am I? This is wrong. Let's try this again. Select date 6/5. There we go. All right. We said, where's our gap? I remember we had a massive gap. Yeah. Gap was over 400 points. Right. And we were already down, so I said, well, the only place we can go is up. But we've been going down so much, I don't feel like we're not going to continue to go down. So I said, small pop and drop. So what did we do? 9.15, 9.20, 9.25. Still going down. We're still showing interest in going down. Like we're wicking down, and generally the bars, the bodies are turning down, which I thought I was a little scared of because it said, that looks like a red herring. I'm guessing we're going to get a pop. We're going to get a pop because we're also far from our first presented fair value gaps because we fell so much. So, and there we go. Boom. Start popping right before 9:30. And then boom, immediate rejection of the ladder. Immediate rejection. Ladder's massive. It's, like I said, over 400 points. Rejection of the ladder. And then immediate rejection of we can't even make it to 25%. Plus, we hit the OTE. Plus, we couldn't even make it to the Euro first presented. As soon as I saw a red candle, I said, we're probably going down, even though we have a first presented breakaway gap inside our ladder. I said, ugh. I know we have a 1 minute order block here, but I still said, there's a very good chance it's going back down. As a matter of fact, if we had fibbed this entire thing from here, actually we didn't need to do it from there. From here to here, that wouldn't be enough. We'd need to do it from here to there. And then we'd say that this is a clear rejection of our 7.75. Puts us in the OTE, which we already knew anyway, so we didn't need to. This is going down. Likely going down. I want another candle for confirmation. I want to see how it treats 50%. Boom. This is absolutely going down. Best thing is if you put it here, The sooner you get in on the red candle is the tighter you can put a stop in case you're turning around. But clear rejection of the first presented fair value gap from the Euro session should give you all the confluence you need to tell you it's going down. Now, I was concerned about this rejection of the 1 minute bullish order block on top of the rejection of the gap low, but I said we already did print significantly past the first presented fair value gap and inverted for the session. There's a very good chance that this is going to continue to go down. We also have a primary draw on liquidity down here. If we had gotten in early enough, even if this is going to turn around to go back up, we can say we made our goal by 94 points just by getting in as early as possible from up here. And we sweep, and then we just keep melting. When we invert, we create a new bearish order block. There's no chances even going back up, even with an attempt at a 2-bar reversal, because this wick is way too low, and then you just melt afterwards. It just keeps falling for the rest of the day, and there's just nothing else to look at. You can fib this, but I think we already know what to do there. This was a very lucrative trade if you knew how to do this properly. And that's the weekly recap of the morning sessions.